Blair here. Today I want to talk to you about Facebook ads targeting and just a few things to think about that a lot of people don't think about. Okay. All right, so let's dig into this. Okay, so let's dig into, I'm going to give you a couple of targeting tricks here. Okay, one is going to be discussing the behavior targeting engaged shoppers. Okay, all right, and then the other one's going to be talking about using what I call unnatural targets. And third, what I'm going to be talking about is gift targeting, right? There's a lot, people make a lot of mistakes and don't think deeply enough about gift targeting. All right, so first, let's talk about the target engaged shoppers. How do I feel about that one? Okay, so a lot of people will say you're selling something in the swimming niche. We'll just pull the swimming niche out as an example, all right? And you're going to target, they'll still say, okay, I'll target swimming pool. This is just an example, right? So I got some sort of gadget, I'm dropshipping from China, and it's for swimmers, right? Help them with their swimming or swimming training or whatever, right? And they'll put swimming and engage shoppers. Is this a good idea or not? Go. I personally don't think it's a good idea. I'm not saying don't test it. You can if you really want to, but you got to keep in mind one thing, right? Facebook runs on an auction. It runs on an auction. So what that means is that you're bidding for that advertising space against every other advertiser, and it's rotating through, okay? And so if you're bidding on the most common words out there for Facebook ads, like engaged shopping, right? It's obvious. Oh, I want to go with people who are known engaged shoppers on Facebook, right? According to the Facebook algorithm data. Well, everyone's doing that. Every single dropshipper, print-on-demand seller, private label seller, big box companies who are advertising are doing that. You're just competing against everyone else. And then people question, well, why am I CPM so high? Why am I? Because you're going after the most obvious targets. All right. That leads me to point number 2. So if I were to advertise for swimming, clearly I would choose swimming niches like swimming pool, famous maybe sports equipment companies, and so on and so forth. However, if I have a winning product that's getting some traction, I would try some pretty, what I call unnatural targets. Things that people in that niche wouldn't think of. Okay, let me give you an example, okay? So, swimming, right? Obviously, the most obvious ones are sports gear companies related to swimming, right? Swimming pool, maybe some famous swimming, U.S. swimming Olympic team, and so on and so forth. Those type of things, right? But what else could I target that potentially has a lot of people who are into swimming? That's a little bit off, but still enough people. And if, by the way, I don't recommend this for testing products. Let me make this clear. This is a scaling product method. If you have something that's actually working, right? Something that's making sales. Well, you might want to target things like gym. Right? A lot of people who go to the gym may work out, but they also swim too. Okay? Let me give you another example from my own niche. I've sold in the beer niche for a very, very long time. All right, so I've discovered from doing this that targets like country music, jazz music, really some weird things, right? Like homeowners association, right? A lot of people who, own homes like to get together with their neighborhoods, right? And this homeowners association, they have beer. So I'm able to give better examples for the unnatural targets in my own niche than I am with the swimming niche, but I think you get the idea here, okay? If I'm just targeting the most natural targets in my niche, which would be Budweiser, beer, brewing, pub, and those niches, those targets, I'm just competing against the same people who are selling my niche. If I just think a little bit outside the box and go, okay, so maybe the main target's here, and I just go a little over here, and I'm getting a lot of these people, but I'm also targeting a key word in which my competitors are not targeting. And remember, Facebook works on an auction. So I've got my beer-related product that I'm targeting, a target that a lot of my competitors are not targeting. Therefore, I win. Okay? Now, third thing is, one of the most common thing is gifts for kids, right? People year-round buy gifts for kids. Christmas is coming up. Gifts for the daughter or son is a very, very common thing, right? So what are people going to target? They're going to target parents. They're going to target parents. And that's the most natural thing, or maybe family or something like that, right? But here's the problem. One, everyone's targeting that. Everyone's targeting that. Okay? But number two, I'm a parent. I have a daughter. I've never gone into my demographics on Facebook and put that I have a daughter, and so Facebook doesn't know that. And a lot of people have kids that don't know that, right? So instead of just targeting parents, think about what your product is, right? And think about the age groups in which people are most likely to have kids. Anyone who's 35 to about 50, maybe 55, is likely, not necessarily 100% for sure, but very likely to have kids. There's a good high percentage.